Hi everybody, welcome. It's Monday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, so it's time for Stampin' with Denise. I'm so glad to see you all. I missed you last week. Hope everybody who's watching that's in the U.S. had a wonderful Labor Day. I did. It was very relaxing. So if you recall, the last time we were together, I made this cute little Christmas card using some of the free designer series paper that you can get from Celebration. Celebration's just got about a little over 2 weeks left, so if there's something you want, you need to get it right away. Now somebody who watched and shared my video is going to get this card. So if you'd like to have a chance to win the card that I make today, please share my video, comment, share down in the comments, and you'll get a chance to win tonight's card. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell so you get notified when I load a new video. So, the winner of this card, because she shared it with her friends, is Joan Ballinger. So Joan, if you can send me your mailing address, I will get this card out to you in the mail in the next couple of days. And thanks again. I really do appreciate it. Helps my business and it doesn't cost you anything. And you might win a card. So, okay, let me set this off to the side. And I'm going to change the view to my hands and we're going to get started on tonight's card. Now I have to laugh, you know, the last time we were together I did a card that was green. Tonight's card is green too, and it just happened that way, so bear with me. But tonight we're going to use another product from Celebration, and that is this really sparkly Be Dazzling 6x6 specialty paper. You get 8 sheets of it. And see, here's a nice piece of it. And I had a tip a couple weeks ago on my Facebook page about that you can color this. You put about 10 drops of re-inker in a spritzer, put 91% alcohol, mix it up. You can spritz it on here and color it to whatever color you'd like. I just left it with the gold. So, I thought this was a really great, I hadn't done a birthday card in a while, so I thought I would do something. And I wanted to use this paper because I had not used it yet in the live. And like I said, we only have a couple more weeks of Celebration left. So let me start out with the designers, talking about the designer series paper first. This piece of paper is from the Expressions in Ink designer series paper. And I've used it before. You know, it's got great colors in it, and it's all kind of one side on each sheet is highlighted with some kind of gold, so it really is spectacular. But I needed to find a sheet that didn't have too much gold in it because I didn't want it to compete with my letters, okay? And so that's that paper, and I'll show you the sheet I used. I've taken out. So that's the, I always forget the name, Expressions in Ink designer series paper. So the sheet I used to make this card is this one. So what I did was I cut it in half, into 6 inches, and then that left me with half of the paper. I then cut this piece down to, let's see, the designer series paper is 5 by 3 3/4, okay? And I cut it out of this part. So I do have, this right here that's extra. While there's not much on that side, I could still use this side. So it's not wasting, it's just, I wanted to concentrate on this part. So the one I'm going to use, the part of this that I'm going to use for the other card is right here, and so that would have come from right here. So what I did was I cut this in 6, and then I cut this to be, I believe that's the 3 3/4, you know, so I cut that off. And so one card, this card came from this side, this card that we're making tonight is from this side. And so once I got the pieces cut, I had to play with colors. I looked on the back of the paper to see what color greens are in it. And this one, you know, has a lot of the shaded spruce as well as the Pear Pizzazz in it. So that's why I decided to do it that way. Now the card for tonight, you know, it has a little less of the shaded spruce, but more of the Pear Pizzazz. So really, I've used the same colors. It's just going to be opposite. So this base here is Pear Pizzazz, and it is 8.5 by 5.5. Okay. And I'll show you real quick how this is going to lay out. And then I've got a mat that is shaded spruce, and that is 5 1/4 by 4. You'll see that'll go there. Like I said, this piece of designer series paper is 5 by 3 3/4. It'll go there. I have 2 strips of the designer series paper. The Pear Pizzazz, I believe, is, well, let me measure it. I think it's 1 1/4. Yes, it's 1 1/4. And then this one, the spruce, what's it called? Shaded spruce, is 1 inch. And I've made this 7 inches because I need to make sure that it's going to be wide enough to go across my card at an angle. Now see, and when you have a piece of designer series paper like this, you kind of play with how you want it. And I like that. Here's this one here. Let's see, what does that look like? I don't like that as much because it covers up some of this gold. So I think when I orient it, I'm going to orient it just like that, okay? Okay. So, the first thing you're going to do not adhere this until you have your strip on it, because that allows you to cut it off even with the edge, okay? Because again, see, I've made mine longer so I have plenty of room, and then I can trim it off, then I can adhere it to the mat, okay? But I can put this piece on, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on now. And I'm in a Tombow kind of mood tonight, so we're going to use the Tombow glue. Okay, so that's on there. The other thing I can go ahead and do is glue those 2 pieces together. And like I said, they're 1 1/4 and 1 inch, and then they're 7 inches long. So I'm going to do that. Just like that. And I made sure that the front strip was the same color as my mat, like this one is. So they're the same, it's the same color combination. The layout is just opposite. And we're gonna put it on here kind of like that, okay? I like how on this one I ended up with white under here, so it made it nice and easy to stamp. This one I'll be stamping on here, but that's okay. We'll get to that. So the next step, I'm going to set that out to the side, is we're going to cut out our letters. I'll get my mini stamp and cut and emboss machine, which is just perfect for something like this. Now I don't know if you noticed, but these letters are raised. You see that? They're on foam. It's like dimensionals, but it's foam. And that is the foam adhesive sheets. You might miss this in the catalog. It's on the sheet, it's on the page with the adhesives. There's 6 of these sheets, and they are oh, about a little over 4 inches square. Okay, maybe 4 1/3, 4 1/2, something like that. So, and all you have to do, well, you can see on this one I've put the Be Dazzling paper on top of it, put the die on and run it through. Okay, and I love these Playful alphabet dies. They're just the perfect size, and I like the font on them. And you can see I got HAPPY out of that, plus I still have enough for another letter. So I'm going to, we'll go ahead and cut that one out first. Where are my, here's my plates. I'll just find a letter to use here. We'll probably just grab an H out of here. And what I like about these dies is you can see there's doubles of letters you use a lot. A's, E's, N's, L's, I's, T's, S, R, P, and then it's got numbers. And I know there's some other dies with this, some some punctuation and things like that. And so anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to put this H on here. So make sure you put it with the side you want showing on the top, okay? I haven't done this, used this on the little machine. When I cut mine out, I used my standard size one. So we'll see how this works. It is tight, don't get me wrong, but the foam will compress, so. Okay, is it there? Yes, it's there. I don't know if you can see it. It's right there. I'm not going to take it. It didn't cut all the way through, and so I'm not going to take it off because I don't want the sticky part to show. Now I got to get A, P, P, and Y. And again, because I have 2 P's, I don't have to run that through twice. So let me see. I'm going to see here how much I can get. Okay, yeah, see that doesn't take up much at all. Okay. I'm gonna, I'll just use this corner here. Because I'm going to use what I can, I don't want to put more than I need. Whoops, I know I'm off the screen. There we go. Okay, so I've cut out a piece of the foam sheet. I have my piece of Designer Series paper. Whoops, I'm just going to put this right on here. And there we go. Perfect. So let me do this. I like to be kind of frugal with some of these specialty papers because they're so pretty. Oh shoot. I've got a little bit of adhesive on the end and my finger was on it and just moved it. Okay, here's a Y. And here is an A. Perfect. And I will have the rest of my letters. Okay, so we're going to get that started here. Like I said, it's hard, but it's very firm. Takes a little bit of muscle to go through it, but that's okay because, again, the foam will compress down. So let me put this out of the way here. And I like how it folds up so easily and just pop it out of the way. Let me put my dies back on here before I lose them. I dropped them when I was prepping with my this card, and I'm like, oh no. Okay, that's out of the way. Good. And let's see. Yep, looks like we are now. See, like this one looks like it did a good job cutting through the backing. It's probably well, I don't know. Oops, that one not so much. But, yeah, I pulled some of that off. There we go. That one didn't cut out all the way, and that one didn't either. But so that's okay. We will pull those off. So next thing I'm going to do is bring my strip in, and I'm going to start putting my letters on. I'm going to use my little knife that I always use, but this would be perfect for the U-pick tool. And let me get we're going to start here with the Y, and you just kind of want to center it, you know, on that shaded spruce. Part of the strip. Let's see here. The one thing I'll tell you, you know, if this is a little bit crooked, I don't think people are going to realize it, because especially with the strip on an angle, I don't think anybody's going to really notice it, because mine are not exactly even, and I think unless you just like really were scrutinizing it. Come on, there we go. I like to pull those centerpieces off from the back, so that way if I tear, it tears the back and not the front. Where's my A? Put that on there. Okay, here's my A. See, that one came out nice, but it didn't have the backing. Okay, there we go. You know, you could use any of our shiny papers to do this with. You could use our foils. We have great options. Okay, so there's my happy. Yay, happy, happy, joy, joy. Okay, so the next thing is to put it on here. And this is another reason I like it this long, because, you know, I kind of want the happy more to the right side of the card. So this gives me a little bit of room to move it around. So I think I'm going to want it right about here. So let me get some glue here. The trick with this is I don't want to be too close to the end and then have it seep out. I had that on that one. Okay, so put that like right there. Plus this tombow gives you a little bit of a chance to move it if you don't like exactly where it's at. Okay. There. Perfect. Then all you gotta do, well, I'm gonna make sure it doesn't move. And just trim these ends off. There you go. I like that. I like that. Okay, and before we attach, I think we're going to go ahead and stamp the birthday. So, I pulled out the stamp set that coordinates with the Designer Series paper, because it had the perfect size birthday word, okay? And we're going to, but I only need birthday, I don't need happy birthday. So I'm going to use my Stampin' Up marker. This one is shaded spruce. It's the same one I used here. And this is going to allow me to only stamp word birthday, and I'll show you. So you're going to take the brush end of your Stampin' Up marker. You're going to color over the birthday using the side of the brush, okay? Like this. Get your letters covered well. And what you're going to do, we call this huffing. Really, you're just going to give it a nice breath that has the ink, mix the ink. And look, there you go. Okay. So, we're going to try stamping on here, and you know what? If it messes up, what I'll do is I'll probably cut that out and put it on top of it. No big deal. There's always a plan B. You know, there's a risk when you're stamping on your good finished project, but you know what? Have a plan B in case that happens. In this case, I wouldn't want to start all over because that would be a lot of work. I suppose I could have done it first, but really, okay, birthday. So I'm gonna put this right here. There we go. It's not as dark as I would have liked, but you know what? It's just fine. And that's a great, that's why I always like to buy the Stampin' Up markers, because then I have the color I need to do this kind of a technique. It doesn't work with the blends, so don't try it. And it doesn't really work well with photopolymer, I don't think. I think it's primarily the red rubber stamps it works on. So then all we have to do is put this on here, and I think we have finished our shiny, glittery, glam birthday card. So you may have seen that there was some pink paper in the pack that was very similar to this. That would have made a really pretty feminine birthday card. I mean, this could be happy graduation, happy retirement, happy anything. This could be any word you want it to be. So there you go. I hope you liked my card. Please remember to share my video, comment, share down below, and I might be sending you this card next week. Take care, everybody. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next Monday with Stampin' with Denise. Bye now.